Hey, hello everyone. This is David Gagnon here from Local Mobile Marketing Solutions. I am just wondering if there is anyone here who is having a problem hearing me. Maybe we can do a little housekeeping before we get going. Perhaps you can set it into the chat box and see. Hopefully people can hear me. Maybe just type a quick yes. Okay, I think we're going to start shortly. I think we have a few people on the call. Is there any problems with the audio? Can everyone hear me? Maybe you can write something in the chat box. It's like just a yes, I can hear you, or can everyone see the screen? Maybe just type into the chat box. Let me know if there's any issues seeing the slides. I'm going to go ahead and start slide presentation. Yep, thank you, Vince. It is definitely muted, but there should be a chat box on the desktop for sure. I can't speak to the phone, unfortunately, but there should be a chat feature enabled on the desktop. And I'm hoping that folks can see these slides. It's 8:20. And I think we're probably just going to get started. This is being recorded, so we're going to go ahead and get started, and hopefully there won't be any issues, and we will, hello Patricia, thanks for joining. You are in muted mode, and hopefully you can see the screen. If you can't see the screen, let me know in the chat box, Patricia. If you wouldn't mind just sending a quick note in the chat box letting me know that you could see the screen and the slides, that would be great. There should be a slide up that says text message marketing for the health and wellness professional. Fantastic. Thank you, Patricia. All right, we're going to get started. Thank you all for showing up on time. This is Dave Gagnon. I am the founder of a company called Kettlebell Concepts. We've been around for 12 years, and we are the industry leader in kettlebell education for fitness professionals. And I've always had jobs in marketing. Before I started working with kettlebells full-time, I always had day jobs, and then I would work on KBC at night, and I was in various positions in marketing over the years, marketing director, email marketing, so on and so forth. And recently I started this company, Local Mobile Marketing Solutions, geared very specifically to small business owners, brick and mortar or service providers, bars, restaurants, personal trainers, nutritionists, gyms, yoga studios, Pilates, etc. And I've come across the fact that text message marketing, this should be an X, text message marketing is fantastic. It's cheap, it's effective, it works. There's just a little bit of a learning curve. And quite frankly, Local Mobile Marketing Solutions does all the fancy stuff that the big boys do. We do the SEO and the social media and all that other good stuff. But text message marketing got really quickly, it got very popular very quickly. And it got very popular very quickly because we take you by the hand and do it step by step. Make sure you do it correctly. Make sure you don't irritate your customers. That's the most important thing, and clients, and build a database and make more money. Quite frankly, really, that's what it comes down to, right? So we're going to go ahead and move on to the next slide here. So in this brief presentation, we're going to do an overview of mobile marketing, what it is, a little bit of the features on our platform, Local Mobile Marketing Solutions, that's LMMS. We're going to talk a little bit about some case studies, dive into the numbers, and we're going to have you decide whether or not you want to take this for a spin. So first things first, little statistics around mobile. It's not going anywhere anytime soon. These stats are they're a little bit old at this point, December 2012. So you can imagine the number of people that text. 75% send text messages, 49% use apps, 49% browse the internet. This is old, this is 2012. We have 49% of those who use social media, prefer texting to calling. How many times have you had text message conversations with people? All the time, and it's even bigger in Europe and China. And a lot of studies show about 97% read their texts within 15 minutes, 84% within an hour. This is email, of course, is a completely different story. Some people may not see email entirely, or it goes into spam, or they may not see it for a couple of days. And anecdotally, I'm sure those of you who are listening to this could probably relate, especially if you email your clients or your members or whatever the case may be. Here's a great link to a bit.ly article. I will happily send out some of these links after the presentation. If you email us, we'll go ahead and send these out to you. But if you can, just do maybe a screenshot of this, or Google 50 Essential Mobile Marketing Facts, Forbes magazine. This article will come right up. It's absolutely fantastic and very timely. So what is mobile marketing? The key thing here, right, with mobile marketing, the key thing here is you are not spamming, right? A lot of people are concerned about that. Oh, I'm spamming my customers, I'm spamming my members. You're not. You're only emailing people who ask to be texted. That's it. All right, and we're going to talk a bit about opting in and how that works down the road. So it's a part of a marketing mix. It should not exist in a vacuum. Anyone who says email is dead, or mobile is dead, or social media is dead, is wrong. It's flat out wrong. SMS is a very powerful add-on, perhaps the most powerful add-on to a marketing mix. It can do a lot. It can do a lot of things that other modalities simply can't do, or more to the point, can't do as easily. You can do some fitness trivia. You can ask them questions. You could do polls. You could do contests. Obviously, give class notifications for group exercise schedules. And certainly, it's basic keeping in touch. The gym is closed. The gym is open. I'm on vacation, so on and so forth. And you're basically guaranteed, almost 100% guarantee, that they will get it because it's coming to them via text and they have asked for it, most importantly. So moving on, I wanted to cite this article from Club Industry, and you could read it on your own, but basically in red, 70% of those surveyed said they responded to a marketing text message and 30% responded to an email. So why this might be is, quite frankly, the younger generation, right? And it's affected everyone through the baby boomers, et cetera, et cetera. you are on your phone. When you leave the house, what are the three things you take with you? Think about it. What are the three things you take with you? Wallet, keys, phone, right? I mean, it's just a no-brainer. You absolutely have your wallet, your keys, and your phone, and you're living on that phone. You might even be doing your playlist, your exercise playlist, and so why not reach your customers where they're living? There's another article, you can Google it, club industry, SMS text messaging, and it'll come right up. So club industry, for those of you in the fitness industry who aren't familiar, it's a very big trade group, and you should definitely know about it. So, all right. So when we log in, this is, and we'll talk about this a little bit later in detail, but just real quick, this is what our portal looks like. It's about a $400,000 piece of software. And as you'll learn very quickly, we don't sell the technology, but I just wanted you to see real quick that when we set you up with your trial, you will have access to all of these features. It is rather robust. Some of these are not necessary for you as a fitness or wellness professional. You won't need vehicle listing or property listing, but you will certainly be able to use the mobile coupons, the polling feature, the text to win feature. You could integrate it with your email program, especially if it's like Constant Contact, MailChimp, Infusion, etc. You can connect it to your Facebook and your Twitter accounts. It's a massive piece of technology, and it looks simple on purpose. The usability is quite easy, and don't let the simplicity of the portal fool you. It's meant to look that way. So I just wanted you to see kind of what's involved here and what you will have access to. So how to build in an opt-in list. Now, it's all about building your database, not only from prospects and current clients, but also for people who come into your gym or studio, or more importantly, visit your website and social media. So you'll see here, we have forms that you can put into your Facebook account, your website. Bars and restaurants do a lot of work with postcards, like a 4x6 postcard, and they put those up all over the bar. Maybe if there's a blackboard, they'll put it up on the blackboard. You could do the exact same thing on your gym. If in your gym, if you have TVs or displays, put up the notification for the display, right? Here's a really good example of this. This gentleman happens to be a master instructor of ours. His name is Joe Rouse. He's a master instructor for Kettlebell Concepts down in North Carolina. There's a great example of gathering an opt-in list. He's got this great white paper here, this great 30-minute fitness blueprint. And Joe and I are talking about doing some SMS marketing. And a great example here is instead of, or in addition to the email opt-in, you put down here, enter your cell phone number, right? Or if you want to scrape email entirely and just kind of test it and see how it goes, you can put in, enter your cell phone number, and then you send them a link automatically. It will happen automatically to this. It's probably a PDF, and you've not only collected an email and or a cell number, but you've given them a valuable piece of content in return. This is typically called content marketing. These are the basics of content marketing. You're giving them something of value. Hopefully, this is a really good piece of this is a really good product for the fitness consumer, right? And in exchange for that, they happen to find Joe's website. However, he's doing his advertising. In exchange for that, he's getting hopefully both their email and their cell phone number. Here's another example of another client. ExtremeCageFightingNYC.com. This gentleman happens to run a kind of MMA fighting, actually the largest, I believe, on the East Coast, UFC kind of organization, I believe the largest on the East Coast, and he has put this into his contact form. He gets a lot of people opting in, and he's selling them tickets to the fights that he promotes all up and down the East Coast. Very powerful, because he can use the autoresponder feature, which is something that's done automatically, to send them a link to buy the tickets. Conversely, you could send people a link to get a free week trial at your gym or free day trial, whatever the case may be. So this is a really good example of adding a SMS call to action to your contact form. Here's another gym that we just started working with. Mid-City Gym has been in business since '62. This is a snapshot of their homepage. There's a massive video at the top that got cut off. But as you can see here, if you scroll down, if you actually go to midcitygym.com, you'll see this really cool video. And then you scroll down a little bit. So what they're asking for, first name, last name, email, all required, cell phone number. I'm talking with the owner now. We're going to make this cell phone required, and we're going to put in the proper legal language here so that what will happen is, as soon as the person puts in their cell phone number, this will be automatic. They will get sent a coupon for their, in this case, free trial, one-day membership. They'll get it automatically, and that coupon is customized. It's made through the portal, et cetera, et cetera. So this is a real example of a gym that's been around since the '60s. The owner is very tech savvy, very, very keen on technology, stays up with it, and it's great to see. So moving on, here's another example. Now this is one of my favorites because it's so incredibly timely, right? We have here the New York Times. I mean, for Pete's sake, the New York Times, right? This is the first time in history that the New York Times has actually experimented with SMS marketing, which I thought is super cool. This is a screenshot from their Facebook page, and they embedded an SMS call to action. Now, if you just saw this on Facebook, you would just enter your cell phone number. This was right into Facebook. They built this out. They dropped a little bit of code in there, and it's the New York Times. So try it on your own if you want. Text Rio, if you wanted to do this and you couldn't do it because it's a screenshot, take out your phone right now and text Rio to 63937. Try it. Watch what happens. This gentleman, Sam, who's the sports reporter for the New York Times, is sending texts periodically. And of course, down the road, yes, you can always opt out, but you are giving permission to the New York Times to this gentleman to text you. He does so through the equivalent of a portal that you just saw. And he logs in and he sends a text message, and whoever subscribed, that text message goes out, and it's phenomenal. And down the road, you could probably be sure that the New York Times may start sending you a marketing message from time to time. Use our discount, or whatever the case may be. Use our discount, or for a special offer on a subscription, or something like that. Could be anything. And of course, you'll always have the opportunity to opt out. But this is huge. Massively, massively huge, that the New York Times, they stayed away from apps, and we can talk about that later in the questions. They stayed away from all the stuff. They went with good old-fashioned SMS and MMS, which are images, and it's awesome. They're killing it, and this is the first time in history they're doing it. So try it, opt in, text Rio to 63937 if you want to check it out for yourself. And clearly, as I said before, they're putting it all over their social media, all over their website. It's very encouraging to see from a traditional paper like the Times. So moving on to the next slide, we have, let's just call it contact lists or affinity groups, right? You have a list of clients or members. Maybe you have a list of prospects. Maybe you have a list of staff. Maybe you have a list of personal trainers. You could segment these out just like an email list, right? The most common mistake in email marketing is that you send the same message to everyone, right? In Kettlebell Concepts, we have many, many lists. We have level 1 instructors, level 2 instructors. We have prospects. We have all kettlebell instructors. We have international kettlebell instructors. These are all segmented out into our email program. We happen to use Infusionsoft. You could do the exact same thing in Constant Contact or MailChimp. And the same thing is the case here in text message marketing. This is an example of my portal, right? So you'll see here, Okay, launch of SMS to KBC. So we marketed this to Kettlebell Concepts. We had you text NT95. This is this was the code, the keyword. It's a keyword for your text to win. By the way, at 8:30, someone received a text message that entitled you to a free month of SMS marketing. So be sure, whoever that person is, be sure to contact us, or we will contact you. And congratulations, you've won your free month of SMS marketing. Pretty neat. And now it's called a text to win campaign. So again, if you're a gym owner or a facility owner, whether it's Pilates, yoga, whatever, you can send out fitness tips. That's one list. You could send out group exercise calendar and instructor substitutions. You have an internal staff list. You have group exercise instructors. Maybe just you're sending text to your spa and massage people, right? So you can encourage, let's say you can encourage your personal trainers. Hey guys, we're doing a holiday promotion, and don't forget to do X, Y, or Z. And that's just to the staff internally. And of course, to your members, you're going to say something else about potentially hours, or you're going to send out fitness tips, or whatever the case may be, right? Clearly, one of the most powerful things you can do with mobile marketing is sending out coupons. The statistics are obscene. It's incredibly cheap compared to print marketing. The global redemption rate of mobile coupons is about 8% or more, right? By 2014, 1 in 4 redeems a mobile coupon. This is much higher now. This is 2 years ago, right? All these statistics have only gone up. And some people say as high as 15% for a mobile coupon redemption. It doesn't look like this. Ours look a lot nicer. But absolutely, you can build your own coupon in here, and I'll show you that a little bit later. But 10 to 15% on the low end redemption of coupons is nuts. Imagine the needle that will move sales-wise for something like that, right? There's a birthday loyalty program, which really members kind of love. You saw in the screenshot before, there's members, when their birthday is in the portal, it will send out, congratulations, John, happy birthday, come in for your free smoothie on us, or your free session, whatever it is. Or you don't even have to give anything away. You can just wish your member a happy birthday, and we'll do it automatically. As long as it's programmed into the portal, you can set it up and it will happen automatically. Super, super powerful. It's kind of over delivering and under promising when a customer sees something like this, right? We're going to talk real quick about a case study. This is a customer called Agatha and Valentina. It's a customer of ours. And if you look at the very top here, you see they started in, I want to say, the end of June. And they have been on the Upper East Side in New York City for 25 years. They've been in business. They have another store downtown. And they are liked, they are trusted. And as of today, they have 722 people who have opted in. They have texted A and V to 40691 for Agatha and Valentina. That's what's called a custom keyword. We will do the same for you. And up right now, 722 people have registered. That's obscene. The amount of, once they start redeeming coupons and sending offers, and they're doing it very slowly per our advice, the needle, you think the needle's going to move on sales, right? So the key here is to listen to what we suggest and do it very slowly, and make sure that your customers know you're not going to spam them. Here is what happens when you go to agathaandvalentina.com. They get a pop-up right here. Yeah, you can always X out of it, but it works. And they put this same little image on every single piece of their social media. You'll note down here, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, phenomenal social media presence. And they put the same thing here on Instagram and all their other channels. And 722 in less than just about 3 months, actually. 722. It's obscene. Another study Margaritas Fenton, a little tiny restaurant in Missouri. And here's an example of the Mobile Marketing Club from their Facebook page. This is not our customer, but they do such a good job that that I wanted to highlight it. 3 Margaritas Fenton. Go to their website, watch what happens, right? So they have a pop-up on their website as well. Pop-ups do work. Form embedding is a little bit more effective, but you can see here they're offering 1 free appetizer. And people are opting in right away. There's your gimme. So on the fitness world, as you saw before, you gave them a piece of content like Joe Rouse did over at Fitness, Breakaway Fitness down in North Carolina. You saw that on another slide. So these guys, it's a restaurant. They're not giving away white paper. They're giving away a free appetizer, but in exchange for, the person's mobile phone number. This same organization did a phenomenal email. They used MailChimp. You can use, I'm sure you're all familiar with MailChimp and Constant Contact. So they've launched this. They did a great little image here. They have launched it, Text to Win. They're giving away a $50 gift card. We do this almost with all of our clients. Text to Win campaigns work and work incredibly well. You saw it yourself today. We did a Text to Win campaign for a free month of SMS marketing. Here are some more examples of in-store signage, right? They really went all out. They put up signs. They put them on every table. Phenomenal, just a phenomenal job. And they blew it out of the water because here are the numbers, right? They had 10,000 fans on their Facebook page. They sent out over 4,000 emails through MailChimp. Within the first 3 days, they got 600 opt-ins, 3 days. End of the week, they got 800, 245 likes, 19 messages directly, 132 shares, 850 unique entries. So a conversion rate of 30% with a fan base of 10,000. So they had about 3,000 opt-ins. 30% conversion. I am hard pressed to find another modality that actually gets you that kind of conversion. It's almost impossible. Why? Because it's all on your phone, and they have an autoresponder to go out 90 minutes after the contest, and that's just an extra drip follow-up. It's crazy, in a good way. Anyone know where this is? New York City? Anyone got an idea? I wonder if anyone could type it into the chat box. No? No one in the chat box. All right, fine. It's Lincoln Center, New York City. Very, very, very high-end and beautiful, and all the beautiful people go to Lincoln Center, right? Avery Fisher Hall, so on and so forth. What's funny about Lincoln Center is that they also did text message marketing. And they did it for something called Midsummer Night's Swing, which tends to happen every summer. And the gentleman at the time who was in charge of marketing and biz dev said, we'll definitely keep mobile marketing for the upcoming season. It's working, said Nan Keaton. So they do 25 dance parties outside. About 70,000 people attend over the course of the summer. It's a big thing. It's nice to be outside. They have a band. It's amazing. And they wanted to see if mobile marketing would work. And clearly it did. And the costs, and we'll get into that in a second, the cost to do something like this is incredibly reasonable. So because we're in Manhattan, right, I tend to hear a lot of text message marketing, it's low end, it's not classy, it's cheap. Well, those are the bad old days, maybe back in when there were promoters and they were spamming everyone, and those days are long, long, long gone. So just to report on the results of the Lincoln Center campaign, they got a 5% redemption for the mobile coupon, 500 new members for the club, 500 swing dancers to opt in, right? So receiving text messages is basically not even an option anymore, receiving cost of text messages. For most people, many people, I would argue, I have no data for this yet, but I'm sure it's out there, tend to have an unlimited texting campaign. an unlimited texting plan, and even if they don't, they want to get text messages. So the idea of paying to receive a text, even though that might be slowly disappearing, has not proved to be a barrier. And they put it on their website as well. Very significant results. And these are people who go to Lincoln Center and dance, and probably go to Avery Fisher Hall or shows at Juilliard or whatever the case may be. So gave you a lot of examples. I know a lot of you, it's 8:48. We started at basically 8:20. I know it's late at night. I don't like to keep people on late at night. So I kind of buzzed through this PowerPoint pretty quickly. But I did want to make sure to get through some real life examples here, and hopefully leave time for questions in the chat box at the end. So right now it's decision time. Why should you go with us? Why should you try this? And honestly, it's because of the service and 12 years of experience, and the fact that I personally have been working in the fitness and wellness industry for 12 years. We started Kettlebell Concepts, actually longer than that. We started Kettlebell Concepts in 2002. So it's longer than that. And I know this space well, the fitness, the wellness, acupuncturists, chiropractors. It's a very similar demographic that you're dealing with when it comes to health club members, Pilates studio folks, yoga studio folks, gyrotonics folks. There are plenty of people who will sell you just the technology, and that's a problem, right? You can go Google whatever, texting for my business, whatever, and find someone else that does this with more or less the same kind of technology that we have, and you'll fail. And I hate to be so blunt about it, but you'll fail. And about 4 years of experience in mobile marketing tells me that. And the reason you'll fail, and the reason other small businesses fail, especially bars, restaurants, etc., a lot of sort of lowest hanging fruit for local mobile marketing solutions, is because most people treat text messaging, mobile marketing, the way they treat anything else. The way they treat Facebook, the way they treat email, the way they treat Twitter. That is a absolute disaster for failure. You have to be sort of led by the hand for the first 30 days. You have to be taught. You have to know how to do this so your customers don't get upset, and they already know you. They already like you, hopefully. Now they're giving you their cell phone number in a text message marketing campaign. It is up to you to get that trust, because people do business with people that they know, like, and trust. You got the know part. You got the like part. Well, text message marketing, do we trust this guy enough to give him my number to send us fitness tips? Okay, sure, as long as he doesn't spam me. And we show you how to do that. Other vendors out there, they just simply don't. It's volume, 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 and we want you to use the portal. We want you to not drop out. We want you to see increased revenues. And that's why we're very, very, very hands-on for the first 30 days, because, and I can't emphasize this enough, you only have one chance to roll out an SMS marketing campaign. If you mess it up, your customers, prospects, members, etc., will get irritated. There is no two ways about it. You will irritate them. The TCPA, the Telephone Communications and Protection Act, Telephone Customer Protection Act, TCPA, is there for a reason. And if you mess it up, you're going to potentially run into some problems, maybe some complaints. That is the last thing you want to do. You know, people say, oh, I've tried text marketing and it doesn't work, or Facebook or AdWords or SEO. They all work, but it's a matter of setting customer expectations. SEO absolutely works, search engine optimization, but it's a long tail play, and there's a lot of labor and it's expensive. Google AdWords, very labor intensive. You have to be in that campaign every day, measuring, optimizing, et cetera, et cetera. All these things work, but they're typically longer tail plays, and you have to be on the computer. Who has the time to do that? You're running your business. That's where companies like Local Mobile Marketing Solutions or any other hopefully reputable vendor comes in. So here's what we're looking at, ladies and gents. This is it, right? It's decision time. Normally, we charge a $497 setup fee. We set everything up for you, your keywords, your coupons. It's very labor intensive. We're waiving it. You're welcome. But we're only waiving it until August 19th, 6 p.m. Right? This package right here, the Fit Pro Special, is probably the one that's most appropriate for all of you, because maybe you're a solopreneur, maybe you have only a few clients, etc. And this maybe is one to kind of get you started. And this you won't find this on our website. You won't find it anywhere. And so we're doing it as a thank you for taking the time. And we don't operate on contracts. You can cancel anytime, but we will charge your card. We will charge your card right away, the $39. This makes you accountable. It forces you to call us and arrange your kickoff time and so on and so forth. What we've learned in the past over many years is free trials typically are maybe not all that effective. Do you really give away your time for free? I don't want to give away my time for free. So we're going to charge your card $39 up front, and then you're going to be forced to call us and set up a setup call, and then we're going to roll this sucker out for you, hand in hand. You're going to be working with me directly, not an assistant. You're going to be working with me directly, and we're going to figure out how to get this thing off the ground. So I then put on my marketing director hat for you guys, and I go into marketing mode, and we talk about what's the best way to roll this out, what's the best way to launch it, and we knock it around a little bit, right? So if you go to this link down here at the bottom, the SMS 30-day trial, and you will get a link. You will get followed up with via text. You will get this link. You can sign up at that link, and what that link will do, that'll take you to a form that looks like this. It's an actual Google form. So you can sign up at this Google form. It is secure. You can put in your you can actually put in your credit card information in this Google form. It is secured, just like entering it into a website shopping cart. Your card will be charged, and then you will be either contacted by me directly or call us and set up your kickoff. So again, these are your options, right? Back here, these are your options. We are going to waive the setup fee. We are going to do a fast mover Fit Pro bonus, good until August 19th, 6 p.m. And again, if you choose to continue, it's 30 days for free. It's month to month, no contracts, cancel anytime. But here's something else that's rather interesting. We have a 96% retention on text message marketing. When clients start with text message marketing with us, they don't cancel. They don't leave. We had a very few people leave, and they don't leave because it works. It works flat out. It just works. And so that we're proud of. People are using the portal. People are building up a database. And that's what we want to see. We want to help small businesses. And clearly, you saw from screenshots before that it's happening. It's working. So it's 9 o'clock, actually 8:57 on my clock. It's 9 o'clock. What are the questions? You can put them into your chat box, or your on screen. You should see a chat box. Some of you are still with me. I appreciate that very much. Others have dropped out. That is always a thing with webinars. But if there aren't any other questions, I'll stick around for maybe 2 or 3 more minutes. And if there aren't any more questions, we'll go ahead and close out this webinar. For those of you who didn't make it, it has been recorded. and there'll be a recording posted for a very limited time. You'll get a link to it. The only thing that will expire is the Fit Pro Special, which will expire on August 19th at 6. We will waive the setup fee, and that's that. It's a lot of work to set this up on our end, but really in one day, we can have you going, and that same day, literally, you can go back to your clients, members, etc., and say, hey, text Joe's Gym to 12345, and you start building up that database. Any questions? I'm going to type this into the chat box and see if we won't get a couple of questions that way. You never know where people are watching this webinar. Could be their phone, maybe their tablet. Nope, I don't think so. Okay, so we're going to end the webinar. Thank you again so much for tuning in and listening. Thank you for registering, and we'll see you hopefully on the next call. Take care.